Nvidia is one of my favorite semiconductor companies at the moment, and I do believe there are two segments that have huge growth opportunity for this semiconductor giant. The first one is one that everybody knows and loves, the data center market. That is Nvidia's biggest revenue segment for the company. The second is one of its smallest, and I believe this is one that gets overlooked a lot, and the one we're going to take a closer look in today's episode, the automotive segment. So let's get started. I am recording this episode on February 27th after the market closed, and we can see Nvidia sitting at $235. After the company reported earnings earlier this month, we do see stock prices jump a nice amount, and we can see year to date the stock is up over 64%. I continue to say Nvidia is one of my biggest holdings in my portfolio. But at the same time, I understand that there is risk that this company can be very volatile. And just as much as we've gone up in year to date, I do believe there's also room for the stock price to pull down, right? Long-term bull for me, I believe Nvidia will be one of the best companies in the long term of things. In the short term of things, I do believe volatility can continue to hit. Let me know in the comments below if you're feeling the same way about Nvidia's stock price at the moment, or do you believe this is still just the early on for this year? Alright, so if we take a closer look, like I mentioned in the intro, we're going to discuss the automotive market, which is one of Nvidia's smallest segment. It has overtaken OEM and other, and has also overtaken professional visualization. Most recent quarter, it was $294 million, and it continues to grow quarter over quarter, and it grew at over 100% year over year, even greater than 100%, and I don't believe this is going to stop. Next quarter, I believe, is going to be the first quarter where we take a closer look at the past 4 quarters. Will be a $1 billion annual run rate for this company's revenue, right? We can see 294 this quarter, 251 last quarter, 220. I do believe we're going to see sequential year over year growth. So this is easily going to surpass $1 billion. I do believe the path to $2 billion is also going to be a lot faster than many expect. And eventually we can start seeing this being maybe a $400-500 million per quarter revenue. They do mention that quarter over quarter growth was driven primarily by AI automotive solutions, new ramp programs at both electric vehicles and traditional OEMs. And I do want to say this is very important in the automobile industry right now, right? There's two forms of growth drivers in this segment that Nvidia can really grow from. First is just electric vehicles in general, right? We are seeing this huge adoption, and electric vehicles do need better kind of smarter systems on them to continue to run properly. The second thing is your traditional combustion engines are also getting smarter within the vehicle, with the infotainment, with the sensors, and all those solutions are going to need some form of computational power that Nvidia provides. So we can see there's two driving forces in the automotive market. I do want to say also in the automotive segment, one thing that we don't talk too much is the robotic industry, and that's another industry that I believe has huge growth potential right now as well. So some recent news we did mention, I do believe in CES we did see that GeForce Now, Nvidia's clouding solution, is coming to cars. So we're still seeing more of how cars are becoming the next cell phone, where cell phones jump to smartphones. We're seeing cars jump to smart cars, and we can see Nvidia providing more solutions in that platform as well. We also saw, I believe, in CES where Foxconn partners with Nvidia to build automated electric vehicles. But I do believe Nvidia gives us a great blog that they just posted on February 23rd of 2023 of how Nvidia's solutions can be used in the whole life cycle of a car production. Before we go any further, I want to thank you for watching, and I need your help to reach my goal of 30,000 subscribers by the end of the year. So if you can do me a favor, hit that subscribe button and thumbs up. Also, if you want some fantastic insight into the semiconductor industry, join my other channel, Semiconductor Investing and More, where I use my electrical engineering background to break down the semiconductor market. Finally, I want to thank the Motley Fool for sponsoring this video, and check out fool.com/Jose for the 10 best stocks to buy now. With that link, you get a promotional offer for their subscription service. Now, let's continue with today's episode. Right, so here we can see Mercedes-Benz taking vehicle product lifecycle digital with Nvidia AI and Omniverse, and they kind of break through on all the things that they do. First, they mentioned that during this event that Mercedes-Benz has, they announced their new operating system for the vehicle, MB.OS, a purpose-built chip-to-cloud architecture that will be standard across its entire vehicle portfolio, delivering exceptional software capabilities and ease to use. And they do mention at the heart of this architecture is NVIDIA's Drive Orin. And for those not familiar with NVIDIA's Drive Orin, this is NVIDIA's system on chip that is used for the self-drive vehicle process. And that again, it's not just for self-driving. This can overall help with all the other sensors and all the other solutions that we're seeing with the smarter vehicle that we have right now. So NVIDIA Drive Orin is the current generation. We do have the next generation already released, NVIDIA Drive Thor. So we can see NVIDIA has hardware solutions for this space. Within here, they did kind of share a YouTube video where they kind of go and have a Mercedes-Benz just driving around self-driving, right, in different parts of the world. I'm not sure where exactly they recorded this, but we can see different things like braking for pedestrians, turning around, yielding for emergency vehicles. And it just shows you the power, how NVIDIA, right, is helping a lot of these legacy, I want to say, automakers really enter the automated space. Right, one thing that we hear or feared about was that on Tesla, because they are their own tech company and car company, we're going to be leads ahead of a lot of these legacy products. But thanks to NVIDIA, maybe there is still a leap, but that leap is a lot smaller than many might have expected a few years ago. Outside of using NVIDIA's hardware, we can see the numerous software solutions that Mercedes-Benz also uses, and again continues to show the strength of NVIDIA. Additionally, Mercedes-Benz is accelerating the development of these systems with the high-fidelity NVIDIA Drive Sim platform built on NVIDIA Omniverse. And for those not familiar with NVIDIA's Drive simulation, I do believe I have the tab open. This is a simulation for self-driving vehicles. Autonomous vehicles are one of the most complex engineering. And here with their simulation, it provides a physically accurate simulation platform designed for fast and efficient AV testing and validation at scale. I mean, one thing that unfortunately with automated systems, they need to be prepared for any type of scenarios. There are certain types of scenarios. For example, just a random scenario, a meteor kind of falling in front of the road, maybe something falling, something behind. You can't really test that too much in real life. So you need to do simulations in this NVIDIA Omniverse, where it allows you to see what your vehicle will do in certain simulations that are very, very hard to test out. So we can see again, Mercedes-Benz is not only using NVIDIA's for their hardware solution, but they're also using it for their Omniverse solutions for their simulation. And we're going to continue down the list because this is not it. So we did see earlier at CES that Mercedes-Benz is also using NVIDIA's Omniverse to kind of create digital twins of its factory. And this overall digital twin is to optimize floor layouts, unlocking operational efficiencies. So, I mean, imagine being a plant manager of one of these huge plants and trying to create a new line or trying to change things up. You don't know how it might change production, or you don't know what exactly you need to move. If you test everything out on your digital twin and see what are the pros and cons, you can definitely learn a lot without making too many costly mistakes. The final thing that NVIDIA and Mercedes-Benz are doing are revolutionizing the customer experience. They are also using digitalization to improve the car buying experience, migrating from physical retail showrooms to immersive one digital spaces. Right now you might be like, Jose, there's already online websites where I can just buy the vehicles. But that's not all they're doing, right? They want to make sure that when you buy a vehicle online, you get to see everything. So they're helping create tools to really configure 3D visualizations for a vehicle where you're able to really see the vehicle up front, either using some of their augmented reality, some virtual reality systems to see, hey, this is the vehicle that I want. This is the vehicle I need. And I got to see everything I need online, not just simple websites with kind of a spec sheet of what every other website does. So I think Mercedes-Benz does a great job at explaining to us investors how NVIDIA can really help out the automotive market, and how it's not just a hardware company, right? It's also a software company helping the space, and there's definitely numerous growth opportunities here.